Rim Country News brought to you by Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. Same stop, different horses since 1916. And by Terlucas and Brandt CPA PLLC, with a long history of providing quality CPA services right here in Rim Country. On this Thursday, November 11th, Veterans Day, for Tonto TV, K-Rim Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson with your Rim Country News headlines. Well, Yavapai Silent Witness this week recognized a Payson Police Officer's work in taking a dangerous felon into custody. Now, on Tuesday of this week, members of the Yavapai Silent Witness Board traveled to Payson to recognize the officer and his squad who were instrumental in taking attempted homicide fugitive Robert David Pearsall III into custody. Pearsall was a fugitive with felony warrants in Yavapai County and was convicted in 2019 on charges of attempted first-degree murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault. Pearsall had evaded capture for approximately 2 years when Officer Eric Dunstan stopped him while riding a moped, and that for a traffic violation in the early morning hours of July 22nd. Now, Pearsall fled on the moped when the officer asked for identification, and he was taken into custody after a short vehicle pursuit and a short foot chase. Now, during the arrest, Pearsall dropped a gun that he'd been carrying and punched Officer Dunstan multiple times before being handcuffed. An additional handgun was also found on Pearsall's person. Although Pearsall provided a false name, Officer Dunstan later determined the suspect was the fugitive wanted in Yavapai County. Pearsall's 2019 conviction stemmed from a 2018 incident when he viciously attacked a man at a campsite, striking him repeatedly with a large board. The victim sustained multiple injuries, including a severe head injury and partial loss of his ear. Now, Pearsall was out on bond at the time of his trial, but fled before the conviction was reached. Pearsall has been sentenced to a 28-year term in prison for these crimes, and now is also facing additional criminal charges from the arrest here in Payson, including aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer and weapons charges. Well, Yavapai Silent Witness Director Chris Wilson said, quote, "During these times, we at Yavapai Silent Witness believe it's imperative that our law enforcement professionals know that we appreciate how they put their lives at risk and sacrifice daily so we can enjoy safer communities. We want them to know how much we support them." Very impressive work indeed by our local law enforcement. Congratulations. Well, in other local news, the folks with Arizona Public Service Company, well, they've been busy working on a project to provide a higher level of reliability for the greater Payson, Pine, and Strawberry communities. Now, if you've been traveling at all along Highway 87 back and forth between Payson and Pine recently, well, you may just have noticed some rather unusual sights in the skies overhead. Now, they're actually changing out 90 power poles along the lines that run between our communities. Neil Traver, APS Division Manager for Northeastern Arizona, says this project will actually provide better redundancy and reliability for residents right here in Rim Country.
The line currently exists that we're upgrading. The old line is a smaller wire diameter that won't allow to take sufficient capacity such that if I have an outage in the northern part of Payson, I can't energize from Payson or from Strawberry backwards and pick up that unplanned outage in Payson with the wire size that's there now, or vice versa. If I've got an outage in Pine and Strawberry, I can't use the extra capacity on that wire to energize and shorten the outage, so to speak, in Pine or Strawberry. But is this project, what this is going to allow me to do, we're going with a larger wire, what we call a 336 wire, and that wire is sufficient to allow me to energize both communities at the same time off that same wire. So if there were an outage in either location, now I can reduce the time the outage is going to take.
The pinpoint precision these helicopter pilots are demonstrating is really rather impressive. While just looking out the window of the helicopter and with a little help from crews with boots on the ground, they can actually place these poles directly down into pre-drilled holes in the ground. Now, this activity yesterday was up near Buckhead Mesa along the east side of Highway 87. And finally, Recently, the Tonto National Forest partnered with Arizona Game and Fish and a few volunteers for a fish habitat improvement project. Now, with the help of volunteers, Game and Fish was able to construct and install 41 Georgia cube habitat structures in Saguaro Lake. Now, fish habitat improvement projects have been shown to improve angler catch rates by providing fish species with the necessary physical structures for cover and for their forage. Now, these Georgia cubes are meant to attract a range of bait fish and game species such as channel catfish, large and smallmouth bass, and even rainbow trout, just to name a few. Now, additional habitat build and installation events are scheduled through December 8th. Well, coming up in Rim Country weather, north to northeast winds will continue throughout today, and with a warming trend will begin starting now through the weekend. So what can you expect for the next 7 days? Well, a complete report on your 7-day Rim Country forecast is coming up next. You're watching Rim Country News. Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. Same stop, different horses since 1916. Jake started out as an Arizona stage stop over 100 years ago, and some pretty interesting folks have been stopping by ever since. Coming up Saturday, November 20th at Jake's, 2 amazing solo concert performances. First, in the afternoon, it's Billy Don Burns. Not familiar with the name? Well, have you ever heard of Willie Nelson, Johnny Paycheck, Mel Tillis, Merle Haggard, and Sammy Kershaw? They have all recorded this man's songs. And it's going to be an amazing concert event. But there's more. Also on November 20th in the evening, it's Layla Tucker. Layla brings a unique blend of traditional country music reminiscent of legendary artists such as Loretta Lynn and Patsy Cline, with the vocal prowess of new country music favorite Casey Musgraves. And that shouldn't come as any surprise, as she was raised around it. Her mom just happens to be Tanya Tucker. You're not going to want to miss this special musical event in the Old West setting of Jake's Corner. On Highway 188, just east of the Beeline Highway, it's Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. Same stop, different horses since 1916.
Hi, I'm Michael Dowling with the Old County Inn and Pinewood Tavern. So we've been using Lucas and Brandt probably for the last 4 years. They've been really awesome to work with, Amy and Marguerite. They do everything now from pretty much all of our payroll needs, pay all of our taxes. They even help us on Fridays to pick up our checks, which is great since they're local. But I pretty much use them for everything. They've been awesome to work with, and they take off all the things I don't have to worry about as far as taxes go, so I can concentrate on my business. But as for now, they're pretty much doing all of my personal taxes, all of our payroll needs, all of our business taxes, and very affordable and just awesome to work with, and they're local. So we really appreciate them, and they've been a great partner with us so far.
Well, taking a look now at your Rim Country 7-day weather forecast. Well, it's pretty short and sweet today. You can expect warmer high temperatures today and tomorrow with winds coming out of the northeast. Now, high pressure is going to continue to build with temperatures increasing 10 to 15 degrees above normal through this coming weekend, and that'll be accompanied by really very little wind. However, a trough of low pressure looks to bring cooler temperatures to Rim Country starting this coming Tuesday. Still, no precipitation in the forecast for the next week. Which also begs the question, so when do we here in Rim Country typically receive our first snow of the season? Well, that first snow has come as early as September 19th back in 1965, and just a few years ago, we didn't receive our first snow of the year until March 10th. That was back in 2006. However, the average first snow for the season here in Rim Country is actually November 20th. Again, nothing in our short-term forecast about any precipitation at all, but chances for some of the white stuff, who knows, might be just around the corner. Well, meanwhile, highs and lows around Rim Country today, well, they should be looking something like this. Here in Payson today, looks like it'll be a beautiful sunny day with just a very few light breezes and a high today right around 70 degrees. Tonight, you can expect clear skies with a low around 44. Up on top of the rim at Forest Lakes, they're shooting for a high near 56 degrees today, with their low up there tonight dipping once again down to near 33. And down in the deserts of Tonto Basin to our south, Well, it looks like it'll be a beautiful day down there to possibly go out and hit Roosevelt Lake. They have a nice warm high today, forecast for right around 81 degrees, and then dropping to a mild low tonight of 50. And that's what's happening around Rim Country. For Tonto TV, K-Rim Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson. Make it a great Friday Eve.